Ever wonder how some guys at the track make 1,000 horsepower passes look like a Sunday cruise while others with similar setups are breaking parts left and right? What if I told you the difference isn't the engine build or the turbo size? It's knowing the secrets that separate weekend warriors from the guys who consistently run nines without drama. Today we're counting down 10 drag racing secrets that made 1,000 horsepower look easy, and trust me, number one is something 90% of racers still don't understand. If you're trying to go fast without going broke, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. Number 10. Boost control. By gear back in the day, racers had two choices with forced induction: run low boost and leave power on the table, or crank it up and pray your tires would hook. Then someone figured out the secret. Why run 25 pounds of boost in first gear when your tires can only handle 15? Modern boost controllers changed everything. They let you map exact boost levels for each gear. First gear, maybe 12 pounds. Second gear, 18. Third and fourth, send it with full boost. The result is mind-blowing. Cars that used to spin through 3 gears suddenly hook and book. The real genius came when tuners started adding wheel speed sensors. Now the system knows exactly when you're spinning. It pulls boost automatically. No more pedaling. No more feathering the throttle. The computer does it all in milliseconds. One guy at our local track went from running inconsistent 10s to dead consistent 9s just by adding progressive boost control. Same engine, same turbo, just smarter power delivery. But here's what most people miss. It's not just about traction. Running lower boost in early gears means less stress on your transmission, less heat in your converter, less chance of breaking axles. One tuner told me his customers' parts bills dropped by 70% after implementing boost by gear. Think about that. You go faster and spend less on broken parts. The setup isn't even expensive anymore. A decent boost controller runs about $500. Add some solenoids and you're in business. Compare that to rebuilding a transmission every few months, or replacing axles every other weekend. The math is simple. Pro stock guys have been doing this forever with timing controllers. Now the technology trickled down to street cars. You can literally buy a plug-and-play kit for most platforms. Install takes a few hours, tuning takes another hour on the dyno, then you're making 1,000 horsepower passes that look effortless. The best part? You can adjust on the fly. Track gets better as the day goes on. Add 2 pounds in first gear from your phone. Track gets greasy, pull some boost. No laptop needed, no pulling the hood. Just swipe and send it. This technology completely changed bracket racing too. Consistency is everything when you're trying to run the same number every pass. Boost by gear gives you that consistency. Your 60-foot times become predictable. Your shifts happen at the same MPH every time. You become a nightmare for your competition because your car does the exact same thing every single run. Number 9. Progressive nitrous systems. Nitrous used to be scary. You pushed the button and hoped for the best. Either you went fast or you ventilated the block. There was no middle ground. A 300 shot hitting all at once is like getting punched by Mike Tyson. Your engine either takes it or it doesn't. Then progressive controllers showed up and changed the game completely. Instead of dumping all that nitrous instantly, you ramp it in over time. Start with a 50 shot, build to 100, then 150. By the time you're at full power, you're already moving and the load on parts is way less severe. The technology is brilliant. Modern controllers use time-based ramping, RPM activation, or even throttle position. You can program exact curves for how the nitrous comes in. Some guys run multiple stages with different pills: small shot off the line, medium shot through the middle, big shot on the top end. It's like having 3 different engines in one car. Here's what blew my mind. A local racer showed me his data log. His progressive 200 shot made more average power than his friend's 300 shot that hit all at once. How? Because he could spray the entire run without lifting. His friend had to pedal when the tires broke loose. Smooth power delivery beats violent hits every time. The safety benefits are huge too. Gradual power increase means less shock to pistons and rods. Your ring gaps stay sealed. Your head gaskets live longer. One engine builder told me his nitrous engines last 3 times longer with progressive control. That's thousands of dollars saved in rebuilds. Installation is stupid simple now. The controllers wire into your existing nitrous solenoids. Program them with your phone. You can even add safety features like lean fuel pressure shutdown or high EGT cutoff. The system saves your engine if something goes wrong. Cost is reasonable too. A good progressive controller runs about $600. Add some extra solenoids for multiple stages, and you're still under $1,000. Compare that to one blown engine, and the math makes itself. The real secret is combining progressive nitrous with other technologies. Run it with boost by gear. Add methanol injection. Stack multiple power adders. Suddenly you're making insane power numbers that would have been impossible to manage just 10 years ago. I watched a guy run 8s in a stock bottom end LS with progressive nitrous. Stock pistons, stock rods, just good tuning and smart power delivery. He's been running that combo for 2 years without opening the engine. That's the power of doing it right. Number 8. E85 and methanol. Fueling pump gas is dead for serious power. E85 changed everything. It's basically race. Gas you can buy at the local station, higher octane, cooler burn temps, more timing, more boost, more everything. And it costs less than premium unleaded. The numbers are staggering. A turbo car on 93 octane might max out at 20 pounds of boost. The same car on E85, 35 pounds all day, that's almost double the boost on pump fuel. The power difference is massive. We're talking 200 horsepower gains just from fuel change. But here's the real secret. E85 runs so cool that engine parts last longer at higher power levels. Pistons don't see the heat, valves stay happy, head gaskets survive. One tuner told me his E85 engines outlast gas engines, making 200 less horsepower. Methanol takes it even further. It's like E85 on steroids. Even cooler burn. Even more timing. Some guys run 50 pounds of boost on methanol. The engine doesn't even know it's working hard. Exhaust temps stay so low you can touch the headers after a pass. The conversion isn't even that complicated anymore. Bigger injectors, fuel pump upgrade, maybe a new fuel pressure regulator. Most cars can be converted in a weekend. The tune takes some work, but modern ECUs have flex fuel sensors that adjust automatically. Cost is where it gets interesting. E85 uses about 30% more fuel than gas, but it costs less per gallon. So your fuel costs stay about the same while making way more power. Methanol is even cheaper if you buy in bulk. The infrastructure improved massively too. 10 years ago, finding E85 meant driving across town. Now, it's everywhere. There's an app that shows every station. Some tracks even sell it at the pump. No more hauling race gas cans. Here's something most people don't realize. E85 is consistent. Unlike pump gas that varies by season and supplier, E85 is always 85% ethanol. Your tune stays the same. Your car runs the same every time. Consistency wins races. The maintenance benefits are real too. E85 burns so clean that oil stays cleaner longer. Spark plugs last longer. There's less carbon buildup. One guy showed me his pistons after a season of racing. They looked brand new. Try that with race gas. Combining E85 with other technologies is where things get crazy. E85 plus boost by gear plus progressive nitrous equals 1,000 horsepower street cars that idle like stock. It's the perfect storm of power and reliability. Number 7. Data logging and wideband tuning. Flying blind is how engines blow up. Data logging changed everything. Now you know exactly what your engine is doing every millisecond of every run. Air-fuel ratios, timing, boost, temperatures, everything gets recorded. It's like having a professional tuner in your passenger seat. Wideband oxygen sensors were the game changer. Old narrow bands only told you rich or lean. Widebands give exact air-fuel ratios, 12.5 to 1. 11.8 to 1. You know precisely where you are. No more guessing, no more melted pistons from lean conditions. Modern data loggers are insanely powerful. They record hundreds of channels at thousands of samples per second. You can overlay runs, compare changes, see exactly where you gained or lost power. One guy found 20 horsepower just by spotting a boost leak in his data. The safety aspect is huge. Set warnings for dangerous conditions. If AFRs go lean, the system pulls timing. If knock shows up, boost gets cut. The computer saves your engine before you even know there's a problem. It's like having insurance that actually prevents claims. Here's what most people miss. Data logging isn't just for tuning, it's for consistency. Your car might feel the same, but the data shows the truth. Maybe your 60 foot was off by 200ths. Maybe your shift points moved. The data never lies. It shows you exactly what changed. The learning curve used to be steep. Now the software does the heavy lifting. It highlights problems in red, shows you trends, even suggests corrections. You don't need to be a tuning expert. You just need to pay attention to what the data tells you. Cost has come way down. A decent wideband and logger setup runs about $800. That's nothing compared to one blown engine. Most systems pay for themselves the first time they catch a problem before it becomes catastrophic. Real-time monitoring changed the game too. You can watch everything live on a tablet while someone else drives. See a problem developing? Tell them to lift. No more waiting until after the run to find out you were lean the whole time. The best part is sharing data. Online forums let you post logs and get feedback from experts worldwide. Stuck on a problem? Someone else probably solved it already. The collective knowledge base is incredible. It's like having thousands of tuners helping you. Integration with other systems is seamless now. Your data logger talks to your boost controller. Your wideband talks to your ECU. Everything works together. Change one parameter and watch how it affects everything else. It's complete control over every aspect of your combination. Number 6, torque management software. Broken parts used to be the price of going fast. Twisted drive shafts, exploded transmissions, scattered differentials. Every pass was a roll of the dice. Then torque management software showed up and changed everything. The concept is simple but brilliant. When you shift, there's a moment where everything gets shocked. The engine is at full power. The transmission engages the next gear. Bang. Something breaks. Torque management smooths that violence. It pulls timing or boost for a few milliseconds during the shift. The power comes back so fast you don't even feel it. Modern ECUs do this automatically. They know when you're shifting. They know how much power to pull. They know when to add it back. It happens in the blink of an eye. Your acceleration stays smooth. Your parts stay intact. The results are incredible. Guys running 9-second passes on stock transmissions, factory axles surviving 1,000 horsepower launches, drive shafts lasting entire seasons. The software does what mechanical parts can't. It prevents the shock that breaks things. Here's what's really clever. The system learns your driving. It knows how you shift, how hard you launch. It adjusts the torque management to match. Bracket racer who shifts the same every time. Minimal intervention, heads-up racer banging gears, more aggressive management. The tunability is endless. You can set different strategies for different gears. Pull more torque on the 1-2 shift where stress is highest. Leave it alone on the 3-4 shift where you need every bit of power. It's completely customizable to your combination. Cost is basically nothing. If you're already running a standalone ECU, it's just software. Enable it, tune it, forget it. Even factory ECUs can do it now with the right tuning software. No extra hardware needed. The consistency improvement is huge for bracket racing. Your shifts happen the same every time. Same speed loss, same acceleration rate. Your time slips become predictable. You can cut better lights because you know exactly what the car will do. This technology trickles down from Formula 1 and NASCAR. Those guys have been managing torque for decades. Now street racers get the same technology. It's like having a professional race engineer managing your power delivery. Combining torque management with other technologies multiplies the benefits. Use it with boost by gear, add launch control, include traction control. Suddenly your street car has supercar level sophistication. You're not just going fast, you're going fast intelligently. Number 5, aftermarket block reinforcement. Stock blocks were never meant for big power. They flex, they crack, they split down the middle. But replacing them with aftermarket blocks costs thousands. Then someone figured out how to make stock blocks live at 4 times their intended power level. Billet main caps changed the game. The stock cast caps flex under load. The crank walks around. Bearings get crushed. Billet caps don't move. They lock the crank in place. Suddenly, your stock block handles twice the power. Main girdles take it further. They tie all the caps together into one rigid structure. The whole bottom end becomes one piece. No more individual caps trying to handle the load alone. It's like turning your block into a diesel. Built to handle serious cylinder pressure. Deck plates and block filling came from Pro Stock. They were pumping concrete into blocks to stop cylinder wall flex. Now, there are proper block fillers designed for the job. They support the cylinders without adding weight. Your stock iron block becomes as strong as a billet piece. The cost savings are massive. A set of billet caps runs about $600. A girdle is another $400. Block filling costs maybe $200. So for about $1,200, your stock block handles what used to require a $5,000 aftermarket piece. Installation isn't even that complex. Any good machine shop can do it. Line bore for the caps, torque the girdle. Fill the block if needed. You're done in a day. Compare that to waiting months for a custom block to be cast. The reliability improvement is night and day. Guys are running 7s on stock blocks with proper reinforcement. Season after season. No cracks, no walks, just consistent power delivery. The block becomes the least of your worries. Here's what most people don't know. Reinforcement actually improves ring seal. The cylinders stay round under boost. The pistons seal better. You make more power with the less blow-by. It's a double win. Stronger and more powerful. Factory blocks have gotten better too. The new generation stuff is stronger from the start. Add reinforcement and they become nearly indestructible. An LS block with caps and a girdle will handle 1,500 horsepower all day. The weight penalty is minimal. Maybe 20 pounds for all the reinforcement. That's nothing compared to the weight of a spare engine in your trailer, or the weight of your wallet after buying an aftermarket block. This technology keeps evolving. New materials, better designs. CNC machined pieces that fit perfectly. What used to be race-only technology is now available off the shelf for almost any engine family. Number 4. Efficient intercooling. Hot air kills power. Every 10 degrees of intake temperature costs you horsepower. That's why intercooling separates 1,000 horsepower cars from broken parts. But most people are doing it wrong. Air-to-water intercooling changed the game. Air-to-air intercoolers get heat-soaked. They work great for one pass, then get hot and stop working. Air-to-water stays consistent, ice water in the tank. Cold intake temps all day, run after run after run. The numbers are shocking. A good air-to-water setup can drop intake temps by 100 degrees. That's like adding 2 pounds of boost for free. No extra stress on parts, just cold, dense air making more power. Here's the secret most people miss. Location matters more than size. A huge intercooler in the wrong spot does nothing. A smaller one with good airflow works better. Mount it where it gets fresh air, not behind the radiator cooking in heat. Ice boxes took it to another level. Literally a cooler full of ice water feeding your intercooler. Intake temps below ambient. Some guys see 40-degree air on 90-degree days. That's like racing in winter while everyone else fights summer heat. The plumbing makes a huge difference. Smooth bends, no restrictions, short paths. Every 90-degree bend costs power. Every foot of piping adds lag. The best setups look simple because they are. Direct path from turbo to intercooler to engine. Showerhead. Nozzles revolutionized distribution. Old setups had dead spots. Some cylinders got cold air, others got hot. Showerheads spread the air evenly. Every cylinder gets the same temperature. No more pulled timing on hot cylinders while cold ones run rich. Water injection adds another layer. Spray methanol or water into the charge pipe. Instant temperature drop like having a chemical intercooler. Some guys run smaller turbos with water injection and make the same power as bigger turbos without it. The control systems got smart. Variable speed pumps, temperature-based flow rates. They adjust cooling based on conditions. More flow when it's hot, less when it's cold. The system maintains perfect temps automatically. Cost varies wildly. Basic air-to-water kits start around $800. Full custom setups with ice boxes can hit $3,000. But compared to blown head gaskets from detonation, it's cheap insurance that actually makes you faster. Testing proved what racers suspected. Consistent intake temps mean consistent power. Your first pass and last pass make the same power. No more falling off as the day gets hot. No more praying for clouds. Just consistent, predictable performance. Number 3. Drivetrain. Gearing optimization power means nothing if you can't use it. That's why gearing separates the fast guys from the wannabes. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but wrong gears make you slow. The right gears make 1,000 horsepower feel easy. Final drive ratio is everything. Too tall and you're lugging. Too short and you're screaming through the traps. The sweet spot keeps you in the power band the entire run. Every shift lands you right back in peak torque. It's like having an extra 200 horsepower. Tire diameter is the hidden factor. Everyone obsesses over gear ratios but forgets tires. A 28-inch tire with 4 10 gears is totally different from a 31-inch tire with the same gears. The effective ratio changes completely. Smart racers match both. Converter slip changes everything too. Your 3000 stall converter might actually flash to 3800. That changes where you need to shift. It changes what gear you need. Ignore converter characteristics and your gearing will never be right. The math is actually simple. Take your peak power RPM, figure out trap speed, calculate what RPM you'll be at, work backwards to find the right gear. There are phone apps that do it instantly, no more guessing. Here's what most people screw up. They gear for the big end and wonder why they're slow off the line. Or they gear for the 60 foot and run out of gear at 1,000 feet. You need to optimize for the entire run, not just one section. Testing showed something interesting. Slightly taller gears often run faster. Why? Because you shift less. Every shift costs time. If you can eliminate one shift, you might go faster, even if you're not perfectly in the power band. Quick change rear ends let you test easily, swap gears in minutes, try different combinations, find what works. Some tracks need different gears. Humidity changes things, temperature changes things. The ability to adjust is huge. Modern transmissions help tremendously. 6, 8, even 10 speeds keep you in the power band constantly. The old 3-speed guys had to compromise. Now you can have perfect gearing for every part of the track. The consistency improvement is massive. Right gears mean predictable runs. Same shift points, same trap RPM. Your car becomes a machine that does the same thing every time. That's how you win races. Cost depends on your setup. Ring and pinion for most cars runs $300 to $500. Quick change center sections are more. But compared to leaving performance on the table, it's the cheapest speed you'll ever buy. Number 2, traction compound and tire prep. All the power in the world doesn't matter if you can't hook. That's why tire prep separates real racers from parking lot heroes. The difference between spinning and gripping is often just preparation. The track surface and your tires need to work together. VHT changed everything. Spray it down, let it get sticky. Suddenly your street tires hook like slicks. But here's what most people don't know. Temperature matters, track temp, tire temp, air temp. Get them right and you hook. Get them wrong and you spin. Tire warmers are the secret weapon. Cold tires are hard tires. Hard tires don't grip. Warming them to optimal temperature before your run changes everything. The rubber gets soft, it bites into the surface. You leave hard instead of going up in smoke. The prep process is an art. Clean the tires first. Get all the debris off. Apply your prep in thin, even coats. Let it soak in. Some guys do multiple applications days before racing. The compound penetrates deep into the rubber. Burnout technique matters more than people think. Too long and you overheat the tires. Too short and they're not ready. The perfect burnout brings them up to temperature without cooking them. It's different for every tire. You have to learn your combination. Track prep is half the equation. Good tracks spray traction compound and drag the surface. The rubber builds up. It gets sticky. Your tires mechanically lock into the surface. It's like having 4-wheel drive for the first 60 feet. Here's the game changer. Infrared thermometers let you measure exactly. Check track temp. Check tire temp. Know exactly where you are. No more guessing if your tires are ready. The numbers tell you everything. Different compounds work for different situations. Some work better in heat, others in cold, some for radials, others for bias ply. Using the right compound for conditions is like adding horsepower without touching the engine. Air pressure is critical and often overlooked. Too much and the tire can't squat and grip. Too little and it wrinkles and shakes. The sweet spot might be within 1 psi. Digital gauges and data logging help you find it. The cost is minimal for the improvement. A gallon of good prep runs about $50. Tire warmers are a few hundred. Compare that to spinning away your runs or breaking parts from wheel hop. The investment pays for itself immediately. Testing proves what fast guys always knew. Prepped tires on a prepped track can handle twice the power of untreated surfaces. Your 1,000 horsepower car hooks and goes instead of smoking the tires. It looks easy because the prep did the hard work. Number 1, weight placement and suspension. Tuning. Here's the secret nobody talks about. Power doesn't win races. Getting power to the ground does. And that's all about weight transfer and suspension. You can have 500 horsepower and destroy 1,000 horsepower cars if your suspension is right and theirs isn't. Weight transfer is physics. When you launch, weight moves to the rear tires. More weight equals more traction. But too much transfer and the front end comes up. Not enough and you spin. The perfect balance makes your car hook like it's on rails. Instant center is the magic. It's the imaginary point where your suspension pivots. Get it right and your car plants the tires without lifting the front end. Get it wrong and you're either spinning or pulling wheelies. Most people have no idea where their instant center is. 4 link suspensions changed everything. Total adjustability, move the instant center wherever you want, change anti-squat, adjust pinion angle, fine-tune everything for your exact combination. It's like having a custom suspension for every track condition. Adjustable shocks are mandatory for consistency. Compression controls how fast weight transfers. Rebound controls how it comes back. Get them wrong, and your car pogos down the track. Get them right, and it leaves like a rocket and stays planted. Here's what blows people's minds. Adding weight often makes you faster. 100 pounds in the trunk might pick up 2/10. It plants the tires, reduces wheel spin. The extra weight is worth it for the traction gain. Weight boxes let you tune perfectly. Move weight forward or back. Side to side. Find the perfect balance. Some guys run different weight configurations for different tracks. It's like having multiple cars in one. The data proves what matters. Cars with perfect suspension and 800 horsepower run faster than poor suspension with 1200 horsepower. The power is useless if you can't plant it. Suspension is everything. Front suspension matters too. People obsess over the rear and ignore the front. But the front controls weight transfer, strange struts, lightweight components, proper travel. It all works together to plant those rear tires. The tuning process is methodical. Make one change at a time. Log everything. Test repeatedly. Small adjustments make big differences. Moving a ladder bar whole 1 inch might be worth 1/10. That's huge in racing. Cost varies wildly. Basic. Ladder bars start around 500. Full 4-link setups run 3,000. Adjustable shocks add another 1,000. But compared to adding horsepower, suspension is cheap speed that actually works. And there you have it. That's 10 drag racing secrets that made 1,000 horsepower look easy. The best part? None of these require rebuilding your engine. They're all about being smarter, not richer. Which of these secrets surprised you the most? And which one are you going to try first? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more drag racing tech. We'll see you at the track.